and that the war on drugs, which was a farce, and also a money-making scheme, and just as we were when we were first brought here on slave ships, we were made merchandise of during the war on drugs. Look at all your major kingpins, Freeway Ricky Ross, Frank Lucas, all of your major kingpins who made millions of dollars during the drug trade. They all ended up in prison, and at the end of the day, they ended up with absolutely nothing. But the real kingpins who made the money before it hit the hood, they're still sending their children off to private schools, and our children are going to their children still trying to get a job. So after the war on drugs came this big thing with privatized prisons. And it's gotten so bad now, Sister Vivian, that there's so many black men locked away that for every 100 black women in what they call the free world, there are only 83 black men.
Wow.
So if you line up 100 black women, who want to have a family, they want to have a productive and healthy relationship, they want to have children, just like that which is natural. It's natural to want that. 17 of them are already disqualified. And then you wonder why many sisters are choosing to go into an alternative lesbian lifestyle. There's not even enough men out here. So now you have so many women and you have a shortage of men. Well, the women, even though they're the most valuable creatures that God has ever created, they lose their value. Anytime you have an overabundance of a product, what happens? It loses its value. It loses its stock. So you have a mistreatment of women. Now, I believe that since they told the story of Adam and Eve got blamed for Adam, eating the apple, and they've been blaming women for everything ever since then.
Yeah.
And so we see a basic devaluing of the female in society. So now that women are being herded into prison, just like black men, there's no outcry. Why is there no outcry? You have to look at the propaganda that preceded it. You have to look at the negative images that have been put out through social media, on television, through music. When you look at the celebrities that they choose to make the stars. See, when civilized society looks at some of them, they turn up their nose. So when they see Sandra Bland being arrested on the side of the road, they don't know Sandra Bland from Adam. But what they're going to do is they're going to take what they see and compare it to the fight that they just saw on Facebook. Because, you got these sisters having these fights. They're in the middle of the street, cussing one another out, fighting one another, tearing one another's clothes off.
Wow.
And this is the order of the day. So this is the kind of propaganda that's like a record playing over and over and over and over again in society. And it further brings down the value of black woman, who is, might I say, the mother of civilization. But the mother of civilization is being promoted to the world to look like a trap queen.
Right.
So when they see her handcuffed and thrown to the ground by a grown man who puts his knee in her back and handcuffs her as if though she's a real threat, there is no outcry. Why? Because she's nothing but a trap queen anyway. So what we have to do as men is we have to be found lifting up the black woman. We have to be found elevating our mothers and our grandmothers and our daughters and our wives and letting the world know that these are not our women. These are God's women. And if you put your hands on them,
That's right.
It's
there
consequences.
is a price to pay.
There are
Right.
consequences. There are